Well, hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I figured while Rick and I were out working together tonight, we'd give you an update on how things are going. Rick has been going 9 days straight now. I couldn't even tell you honestly what day of the week it is, but getting a little tired, but also grateful for the work, and things so far are going smoothly. We haven't had anything serious as far as accidents. Probably close calls, lots of power lines. One that we made contact with, others that he said today worked on, he said it was just awful. Power lines just all over the place. And but he made it through, so we're thankful for that. Big one we've been having difficulties with is chemical with the buildup. I don't know, it's kind of like a cottage cheese. I'll probably have Rick talk about it a little bit more later, but it's been one of our biggest issues this season, just working on mixing that and it getting clogged in the drones and just shutting down the pumps and just really holding us up. So if you ever get the chance to buy your own chemical or buy the chemical for the customer, sometimes it's almost nicer because you know what works best in the drones and they don't always know that. And so, when you know what works, it's kind of like, yeah, let's get that, and you can keep rolling a little faster. Right now, today, we're just working with the T50 and the T100, which is on the ground on the other side of the trailer there. Yes, we have used every one of our drones this season, both the T40s, the J150, T100, T50. They've all come into play, and we've used all of them at certain times. The other day, the T50, one of the motors on the spray motors went out, and the girls and I spent the day transporting drones back and forth to the field. So Rick called me and said, bring me one of the T40s because I'm having problems with the T50 motor. And so we spent the day just working on that, and and then we just keep rolling. But Rick's been working probably from the time he gets up in the morning, leaving the house about 6:30 or 7 o'clock, and sometimes not getting home till 10. It just depends. All of our customers are within an hour's drive. Probably, I would say 95% are probably within a half hour's drive, and then that's even pushing it. So everyone's very close, thankfully, which is fantastic. This season, I think Rick has 7,000 acres booked. That might be a little inaccurate, but I'll double check with him. I want to say it was approximately 7,000 acres, and so that would be a record for us, but we also have a lot more machines to work with. Obviously a few years under our belt, so a little bit more experience and knowing what things you come up, the issues that you run into, and things that solve those problems and then keep rolling. So generators have been pulling their weight. All the Predators, I can't really complain about anything there. So that big tote that's on there, he's got to transfer that chemical from there into the chemical totes on the trailer. So the closer I get, the louder it's going to get. So I'm going to stay back here. But so he's kind of done a little makeshift transfer pump, just temporary, so when he does get those totes, which isn't very often, I think maybe 3 or 4 of our customers use them for the season. And so he did a little makeshift transfer pump that he uses, and maybe I'll ask him about that later. But either way, that's a little update about how we've been doing. I have videos in the works, but it's just been hard with just rolling and rolling and rolling. If it's not Rick and Kyle working together, it's me and Rick working together. So but we just keep pushing through. Right now he's been feeling, he's under the weather, I can tell you that much. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's COVID or what. But he's been having a hard time sleeping at night, coughing, and this is probably the worst time of the year to be dealing with this. But he just keeps going, and but those are the issues that we run into. One of the first issues we ran into was we were ready to get started, and the customer did not have the chemical ready. Fields were ready, chemical was not ready, and that held us up an entire day. And if you know in the heat of the season, losing out on one whole day, especially when the weather is nice, really sucks, let me tell you. So if you ever had the chance to get the chemical yourself, I'm telling you what, sometimes it just makes it better because you're not waiting and holding out on somebody else. So, but either way, other than that, everything's been going well. Just mostly tired, pushing morning till night. Everybody's fields are ready at the same time. So, but that's just the way it goes, and we're experiencing some new things this year because last year was a little bit more spread out. This year it's like everybody's ready in 1 week. So we're pushing hard. We're making it through. Hopefully, I guess I'll give you guys an update in the end, or if not, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But he's mixing another batch, and we're gonna keep going. So there's our update, though, you guys. Hope everything's going good for you. I know you're probably getting tired too, but just know it's gonna be better in the end. You're gonna feel really good by the time you get done with this season. So just hang in there. Here's a little view from up top so you can see what we're seeing. So I love it when we get these kinds of locations. We have a private place to work. We've been on the side of the road before, and that's usually more difficult. You have people stopping by and everybody wants to talk, which is great. We always love that. But it's nice when you kind of have this big field to work on, and you have some privacy too. So kind of like a date night, only this one doesn't feel much like a date. Kind of getting tired, but we're making it. All right, I better get out of the way. So I'll show you guys what that stuff looks like that's building up inside of the drone here. See, it just kind of looks like cottage cheese. Get the phone in there more. It clogs up that little screen down there, and yeah. Kyle and Rick have spent a lot of time having to pause and clean out the drones just to keep going. So, but we're going to check with this customer and see if we can't try a different product so we're not being held up again. There's the stuff close up. Usually just rinsing it with the hose works, but it's actually built up where we've had to scrub it off with like almost like toothbrush bristles in order to get it. So I got to get it cleaned up.